We're back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Makismchuk, the head coach at Birch. How's it going?
It's going good. Thanks for having us.
All right. So, we are just, we have wrapped up can we say we've wrapped up officially week one, even though it is Saturday? But,
yeah, we give our guys rest right now.
yeah.
So we
How
just got
was it?
meetings.
How was it?
It was good, really good. What the state allows us to do in the summers now with the practices, day one, to us feels like day 10, 11. So we can hit the ground a little bit farther ahead than teams used to well before this, the 15 contact rule came into play. So we're moving along real well. We don't have a big learning curve with our young guys because it's my 4th year here. So we haven't changed anything. So the play calls, everything's still the same. So we can hop right in and get ready and focus on the young guys, but also fine tune the older guys.
Okay, so like you mentioned, this is your 4th year. And that means you have your first 4-year class, which means going forward, will have seen everybody come through the program.
Yep. And we got our middle school's growing really well. Our PFY is doing awesome. We got 2 middle school teams this year because our numbers are so high. Our high school numbers are just over 70 now, 9th through 12th. And this senior class, like you said, they came in when I got here, and they've done an awesome job leading this week, bringing the young guys along and then showing them kind of this is what we do and how we practice.
So I think going in, talk about last season, winning a playoff game, that had to be exciting for this program, because you guys did something that hadn't been done since 2010. So what did that mean to get that playoff win?
It meant a lot. It let the kids know that, hey, when we asked them to show up in the summer, show up in the off season while they're in other sports, working, off season, school, and then summer kicks in, they're putting in that hard work, and then we get into the playoffs, and then they get that win. And we were doing 35-17. It was awesome to go into a team to their place that beat us at our place, get that kind of catapulted us forward into this year's off-season workouts. So that was huge momentum, and we think it helped raise numbers in the middle school as well. And then obviously the PFY kids are around our varsity program a lot. So getting those kids, around the excitement, it was fun, not just for the high school program, but for the entire community.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's talk about, obviously this year there is a lot of change. It seems like Mid-Michigan has gone through a lot. Obviously everyone knows what the west side of the state has done with realignment, but a lot of people don't know the Mid-Michigan has gone through a few changes itself. Of course, obviously the big news with the Jack Pine welcoming more teams in, but you yourself also made a move. You will now be heading to the MMAC conference from the TVC.
Yeah, I think when I was coaching in Indiana, I think when Michigan did the 6 wins and in, that's when we started to see this conference shift, and everybody's kind of was jumping around and moving. And now I think everything's kind of stabilizing with our current point system. But we are moving leagues. It is, it's still really good competition. TVC was amazing competition, but we got some powerhouses in this new league with, Northrop's won state championships. Montrose has they've won state championships. They got a Hall of Fame coach with Coach Reiner. But then you got the defending champs, the league champs, Chesnane still in there. Then you got new teams like Durand, and Ovid Elsie was in the semi-state last year in D6. So it's not like we're not going to a competitive league. We're going to a very competitive league for football.
Okay, so I usually don't do this. I usually wait until we go through all the players. But since we're talking about the conference and the schedule, we might as well just go. We might as well just talk about the the upcoming schedule this year, and of course it is a good one. Um, per se. Now, okay, now I have it up. So all right. Oh, that was last year. Why don't just kind of go I'll just go through the upcoming schedule here. Of course, starting at August 29th, home against Carrollton. September 6th at Montrose, September 13th, home against Mount Morris, September 20th at New Lothrop, September 27th at Chesaning, October 4th, home against Ovid Elsie, October 11th, home against Durand, October 18th at Lakeville Memorial, and finishing out the regular season, October 25th at Millington. So, pretty good schedule. I know you just kind of talked about it right there, but this is a pretty talented league that you are entering, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
And of course, it starts off with obviously with Carrollton, and obviously they have a new coach as well. What's it going to be like heading into these first few games and get some momentum under your guys' belt?
For coaches, we got a whole new kind of teams to dive in and and scout. So that'll be fun. We played Carlton the last 3 years, but it's like you said, it's a new coach. So the whole new scheme system we're going to learn, and then we get right into the MMAC week 2, going to Montrose, and you can't count out Montrose ever. Like I said, Denny's Hall of Fame coach. He was coaching there when I was playing at New Lothrop. So it's going to be phenomenal to go into the MMAC with our first game at Montrose, and then home against Mount Morris. And we're so close to these schools too. I told our parents at our parent meeting that, hey, our longest varsity away game's Chestnut. Like, it is not far of a drive. It's awesome. Not taking back roads all the way up to Alma, or driving in hours to Freeland or Glen. But once we get when you see New Lothrop and Chestnut back to back on the schedule, then you can throw OE in there as well. I mean, it's going to be a tough stretch for us against really good competition. And even though we haven't seen them, I think people understand like the success that a lot of these schools have had, just because our proximity is really close.
Yeah. Okay. Now we can talk about all of the players that are players to watch, and the players that are returning and the ones to watch.
Yeah. Like I said, our numbers are really high right now. We're into the 70s. When I first got here, we were just, right around the 50 mark. And now we're 71, 72, right in there, with our 9th through 12th program. But we got a lot of good seniors that have been in the program now for the full 4 years with me. Our kind of backfield is going to be led by Chase Nostrand. He plays linebacker too, one of our feature backs. And then our interior line, we got a 3-year returning starter at center, Donald Mercino. And then the 2 guards are probably 2 of the best linemen I've ever coached, with Hunter Hawley and Jordan Ledford. All 3 of those guys have probably seen some time since they were sophomores. And then, we do got to break in some tackles, because we lost Frank Stevens, who's playing at Siena Heights, and Ryan Walkner was our other tackle. We lost some good anchors on the O-line, but we got Caleb Miller at one tackle, and we're working in some guys as well. Jonas Campbell, Carson Engelbrand, or Jacob Raymond could see some mix. But our seniors with Chase, Jordan, Hunter, Donald, and then on the outside, Mike Genro, can definitely put us in many positions to win on Friday night.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's this? Let's talk about this next coming week. So now you're all in pads, so you don't have to worry about that no more. With the install days. But what is this next week going to look like, and where is your scrimmage?
Well, I was just going to say, we got 3 days of good practice before we go to Ithaca. We will scrimmage with Ithaca. I just talked to Jordan too the other day. It's Central Montcalm will still be there, and Ionia. Really, we've been there within the last few years. It's awesome. Great teams, great coaches. It's a great scrimmage for us to go to that wonderful facility up there. Um, but we'll use the scrimmage as a way to see a lot of guys on film. We got 70 some guys, and we got some, two, three depth spots, and so we want to get film on everybody. So we'll treat this as almost like a game week in regards to prepping our young guys. So we're making sure they're set up for success on Thursday. But we gotta be careful a bit, because it's a scrimmage. We don't want guys like Chase or one of our younger studs who's been with the program for a while, Wyatt Stevens, who's also, we got quite a few running backs that can run the ball. So we should be in good shape on Thursday to kind of keep everybody healthy.
Okay. All right. Well, Nick, thank you so much for the time as always. And best of luck to you guys this coming season.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.